Day Brotherhood class. You understand? Before we get into our topics, we got how many people we got online? No, we got Gashan. Anybody else online? All right, no sweat. You know what I mean? Well, we're gonna go ahead and get starting today's topic. Anybody got any questions first? All right, no sweat. Well, when you know maybe you got a question, just say Salak and we'll go ahead and get you in here. We're going to go ahead and just get started with today's topic. Let me see here. Today's topic is interracial marriage shows your hate for your people, man. Right. You understand? We already know biblically that it's against the law to have interracial marriages, man, to be sleeping with other nations. We already know that biblically, but today is the brotherhood's class. So we're not going to necessarily go into the law of showing you that because that's something we already know. And that's what the Wednesday class is for. We're going to show you that the brotherhood side of that law, man. You understand? Showing you that you hate your people when you sleep with other nations, man. I know a lot of us don't, you know what I mean, not us in here, but a lot of brothers and sisters in the world, they believe that you can love your people and then, you know what I mean, be dating somebody of another nation, dating a heathen. That is not the case, man, and it's in the Bible. So we're going to use the scriptures in the Bible, you understand, to prove that when you interracial marriage, man, you hate your people, man. You understand? That's what it shows. You understand? So we're going to start off with in the Apocrypha. Give me Ecclesiasticus 13 and 15.
Rock you.
Go ahead.
12 Lord Christ, so young man earth can check it in.
Shalom, Lord Christ. What's going on, warrior?
Nothing much.
All right, Most High in Christ. I got you down.
You said 13 and
Right
15.
over Khan.
Yeah, I said 13 and 15, Con.
Con. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13, verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
Okay, hold on. I think that's let me make sure I got it right. Give me 1 second. In the Apocrypha? You sure you ain't in Ecclesiastes? Yeah, one Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha.
Con, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13, verse 15.
Right.
Every beast loveth his life.
Right, every beast. So when it's talking about beasts, in this specific scripture, it's talking about animals. You know what I mean? Every animal love their own kind, man. You understand? You got, sheeps with sheeps, horses with horses. You know what I mean? People, the animals are gonna be in their own and with their own people. You know what I mean? They're gonna be with their own animals that's the same as them. You know what I mean? You don't see lions hanging out with tigers. You know what I mean? Unless they in the zoo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where they shouldn't be. But in their natural habitat, you're gonna see animals be with their own kind, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Con. And call upon him for thy salvation, of Salakia. And every man loveth his neighbor.
Right, and every man loveth his neighbor, man. You know what I mean? Every man is talking about people, man. You know what I mean? And we know our neighbor is Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. It's not the other nations, the other heathens. Right. Same for them. You know what I mean? They love their own people, man. You could just look at how they move. They love their own people. It's just Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans who don't believe that. You understand? You see what Chinese, when you go to Chinatown, what you see? Nothing but Chinese people, man.
Right.
You understand? When you go into an Arab community, that's where Arabs live. They together. They amongst themselves, man. You understand? Same with the so-called Caucasian man. Same with them. You go to their communities, they don't want you moving in there because they got their own people in there by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They got that to themselves. They don't want you moving in there. That's why they call the cops the first day you move in. You know what I mean? Every man love his own neighbor, man. You understand? You can see that in every nation but ours. Every community but ours. We the only ones that believe that you got to love everybody. You understand? Keep going.
Con. Verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Right. All flesh are sort of according to kind, man. They consort together. They get together according to their kind, man. They can understand each other. They can look out for each other because they the same. They can have each other's best interests at heart because they're the same, man. Except for Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, unfortunately.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got to have everybody else's interests in our mind except for ours. This is something that we need to know, man. It's not wrong for someone to say they only like Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Being a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, it's like you tell that to another brother in the world, they look at you like you crazy.
Right.
Well, it's some, white people. It normally go back to white people, but it can go to any nation. They were like, there's some white people that's good. How you just going to hate them all? You know what I mean? No, it's more so about me loving my people more. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. You understand? Every other nation do it. And the Bible even tells you that they do it, man. That's how the Lord set things up. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, time. And a man will cleave to his like.
Right, and a man will cleave to his like. What's the like of a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man? Go ahead.
Black, Hispanic, Native
A Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. You got to cleave to your own kind. You got to be with your own kind. You got to marry your own kind, man.
Right.
You understand? You can't go to other nations and marry other nations. You can't even damn near be around them, man. Unless it's in a professional standpoint to where you got to do it. Otherwise, why bother? You understand? This is biblical, man. This is what the Lord wanted us to do. You understand? The other nations know this. At least this part of the Bible they know. They be with each other.
Right.
You understand? But this is what we don't know. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, God. Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Right now, we the lamb right now, man. We the sheep. And we trying to be amongst wolves, married wolves, man. The Bible say, what do they have together? What do they have being together, man? Go ahead.
Come on, God. So the sinner with the godly.
Right, you understand? Meaning that we supposed to be the godly, man. We supposed to be ones that serve the Lord, that the Lord chose. We supposed to be his people, man. What we got to do with those we didn't choose, with those that are sinners, man, with those that they ain't got nothing, that hate the Lord, man. We ain't got nothing to do with them, man.
Right.
You understand? I just want to start off this scripture because it seems like everybody knows that they need to be with their own self, especially when it comes to marriage. You understand? Anybody try to go, I'm not saying you should or maybe you didn't, but maybe you know some type of information on what it would be like. Don't marry other people, man. Right. They marry themselves. You got to be a Muslim, and even if you is a Muslim, being a black Muslim, you still ain't going to get you no Arab woman, man. Because they marry Arabs, man. They marry themselves. Same with the Chinese, man. It's in all communities. Chinese person get with a black person, this look like, really when they get with anybody, it's looked at as taboo, man. They start to become an outcast of their family.
Right.
You understand? Especially if they get with a black man.
Right.
But even if they get with a so-called Caucasian man, they still looked at as an outcast. You understand? Because they want you marrying Chinese people. You know what I mean? We already know about Caucasian people. Go ahead.
You know, it's maybe what you're saying, sir, because in other cultures, not only do they look at it as, they'll look down if you get within outside of your race, but there is one race that if they do not frown upon it for the moment, it's the white race.
Right.
Because I know with Hispanic families, a lot of times the white woman thinks that, oh, well, the family will think that you're a white man. Or in the Asian family, make sure it's a white man. If
Right.
you do it.
Right.
Because it's like a status of you made it. That's the only way you're going to make it. That's the only time where their culture will bend. But even if they don't want it, but that's the only time it'll bend.
Right. See, look, they don't want it. You know what I mean? Now, okay, you're right. It's more acceptable. It's like, okay, it's something that they can get over with. But you still looked at as taboo. You still. Oh, Salaki. Yeah, it's still looked at as like taboo. You know what I mean? Like as something that you shouldn't do. It's still looked at as something that you shouldn't do. Like they'll more so be, you know what I mean, reluctant, but they'll be more likely to accept it because, like you said, this might be a status thing. Maybe he got money, he got a lot of money, so he's, you know what I mean, helping out with the family or something like that. You know what I mean? But it's still looked at as taboo. It's still looked at as, you know, you going against us. You know what I mean? You still looked at as the black sheep. And that's with every culture, man. No matter what culture you from. Whether you're Arab, Arabs be with Arabs, Chinese be with Chinese. You understand what Africans with Africans. They prefer you to date your own people, man. to continue your own family line. Go ahead.
Young man Charles Atkins checking in.
All right, no sweat. I got you down. You doing too wild?
Yes, sir.
All right, Most High in Christ. But yeah, with every nation, man, they don't want they children dating outside of their race, man. You understand? That's why they stick to their own kind. But Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, it's like we have no knowledge of this. We used to. You know what I mean? Back in the day during slavery and coming out right after slavery when we had the Black Wall Street and stuff, even some of our grandparents, man. You understand? They had that mindset of you can't bring nobody home in this house unless they are black, Hispanic, Native American. You know what I mean? They gotta be your people in order for you to even be with them. We used to have that. Now it's just completely lost, man. While all the other nations still got it. You know what I mean? You might see, don't think in your mind, don't be deceived when you see a white woman or, a white man with a black woman or a black man. You know what I mean? Don't be deceived. They looking at them as a pet or someone. If it's a man, if it's a white man with a Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, you looked at as like a slave, a pet, man. Trust me, you looked at as like a slave, a pet, somebody can control. That's why when they can't control you, and you start being the stereotypical black woman that everybody stereotypes. What do? They'll start calling you nigger. You know what I mean? Damn near bust you up beside your head. Ask the football player, whatever his name was, the Seattle Seahawks football player, beat her to death and ate breakfast like it was nothing. Seeing her walk to the bathroom like, oh, you still alive? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's how they look at black women when they get with them, man. You understand? Meanwhile, you thought that you just won. Being a black woman, you got a white man. You thinking that you just won. You just hit the lottery. Nah, man. And if it's on the man side and you're a black man with a white woman or a woman of another nation, they with you because you damn near worship them. That's what that be. You know what I'm saying? Look, I done heard stories of, you know what I mean, so-called white people saying why they got with a black man.
Right.
And it's because you worship them. They said, well, a black man treats me like this more than a white man, because when a white man gets with his own people, it's just regular. You know what I mean? It's just regular. But when a black man gets, it's like you gotta worship her. You know what I'm saying? It's like as if you just came up on the greatest thing on earth. Now you got a dog, man. Right. You understand? But that's why they get with you. It ain't nothing special. It's not a prize for them. You know what I mean? It's not even looked at good upon in their own community. You understand? But we the only ones that think that. We the only ones think that when we get another nation, it's something great. You know what I mean? We got an exotic woman. It's so, you know what I mean? Like you so better than everybody because you was able to pull another race. Nah, man. What that's showing is that you hate your own people, man. You understand? Give me into Tobit 4 and 12. We're going to get back to the scripture. Give me Tobit 4 and 12. You had something to say?
Kind of, sir. Just speaking with what you're talking about, one of the other things we can look at is our sisters. A lot of times the sisters are offended when they see one of the brothers with a white woman. They have a zeal for it, but it's not according to knowledge. They're just offended because they're like, oh, he's going to go get a white woman. It's not knowing the fact that it's biblically wrong. Right,
exactly, man. And you're absolutely right about that because you're right. And it's normally with the sisters, for some reason, men don't really care as much. I guess maybe because it don't happen as much. It more do be so men, you know what I mean, getting with a white woman. And it always be the ugly ones, man. It always be. It's like it never fails. It's always some ugly plain Jane, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. Sisters see a black man with a white woman or another heathen, no matter at that it can be anybody. Right. You know what I mean? You're right. It do give them some type of jealousy, but you're right. It's not according to knowledge. They don't know why. It's just more so. You know what I mean? Like on the surface, they don't know that it's biblical, man. They don't know that we supposed to be together, man. We supposed to hold each other down. You understand? So you're absolutely right about that. You got Tobit 4 and 2 from 4 and 12.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom.
Right. It say beware of all whoredom. That's talking about being with whores, man. You understand? You got to have it in your mind that you can't be with a whore, man. You understand? You can't you can't look at a woman and know she a whore and then sleep with her, man. You got to beware of that. You understand? Go ahead.
Oh God. My son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Right, it says chiefly take a wife. of the seed of thy fathers, man. You understand? This says you make sure that when you get a wife, it's of the seed of your fathers, man. It's your own people, man. This is a commandment, and this is a culture. This is both, man. This is a commandment, and this is our culture, man. Being with each other. Read that part again.
Come on, time. Verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father.
Man, when you get with another nation, that is whoredom, man. When you go ahead and you want to get you a Becky or you want to get you a heathen, period, that is whoredom, man.
Right.
You understand? You have to make sure you take a woman of your own race, man. You have to make sure that you marry a husband of your own race, man, your own people, man, the seed of your fathers, man. You understand? That's what you have to do. Keep going.
Come on, time. And take not a strange woman to wife.
See that? Don't take a strange woman, man. What's a strange woman?
That would be speaking, sir, of anyone outside of your nation.
Right. A strange woman in this case is talking about someone that's outside of your nation, man. You understand? That's what this strange woman is talking about. There's some other strangers where it says strangers talking about another brother, but no, this one is talking about heathens, man. He says, do not take a strange woman, man. You can't go ahead and marry a white woman, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't marry no Arab, no Chinese woman, none of that. You got to marry a woman of your own people. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, God. Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right, exactly. Which is not of your father's tribe. Right now, we're talking about Israelites, man. Black, Hispanic, and Native American.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on, God. For we are the children of the prophets.
Right, we are the children of the prophets. This still stands, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That is our family line, man. That's who you have to be with. Through Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You understand? You got to come through that family tree to be able to marry them, man. Anybody else, if you have any other name other than those names, they are off limits. You can't be with them, man. The Lord don't want you to be with them. And we're going to prove biblically, if you do, you showing that you hate your own people, man. That's what you're showing. No matter how much you want to deny it, you show that you hate your own people. We're going to get into it. Keep going.
Come on, God. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
Right. And our fathers, they all did it. So what makes you think that we should be different, man? We should follow in the footsteps of our fathers, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
And that's another thing. That's one of the important things, man. You know what I mean? We're going to get into it why it shows actual hatred towards your own people. But another important thing, which is the most important thing, is inheritance, man. You understand? You a Black, Hispanic, or Native American woman, and you get with a so-called or a heathen. You don't even got to be a so-called white man. You get with a heathen, period. Guess what you're doing with your children, man? Your children that you have, that you're going to give birth to, that you should love, as you should. Nobody is telling you to not love your child. You give birth to them. That's your children, right? That's your child. You're going to love them. But guess what? You didn't love them enough to make them an Israelite. Right. Who knows what's going to happen to them? You know what I mean? May the Lord have mercy on them. Who knows? But who really knows? We know the scriptures say what's going to happen to the heathens, that they're going to slavery, man. That's what you did to your child because you wanted to be with a heathen. You understand? They don't got no inheritance. They ain't inheriting the kingdom. You didn't choose to be with a Black, Hispanic, Native American man. And if you a Black, Hispanic, Native American man, even though your child will still be the seed of his father, which is an Israelite, because you still mixing him, man. You know what I mean? You still mixing the holy seed, man. You still putting a burden on him. Because now for him to believe the truth, he got to damn near hate his mother's side of the family.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got a white mom. You might not. You're not going to hate your mom because we know the scriptures say to honor thy father and thy mother. You know what I mean? So he gonna love his mom, but you damn near still at the same time gotta hate that side of the family, man.
Right.
If you're gonna be in the truth, you understand? You know how hard it is for someone who have a Caucasian mother to be in the truth. That it makes it harder for them, man.
Right.
So you telling me that my mom and my cousins and my aunties and my granddad on that side of the family, all them going into slavery? Yeah.
All of them, it's a lot. All of them are the devil the Bible speaks of.
Yeah. You know what I mean? All of them the devil the Bible speak of? Yeah, kind. Yeah. You know what I mean? They gonna be more reluctant to be like, the hell with that. You know what I mean? I'm about to be with my family. I'm about to be chilling with them. Go ahead.
And so, like, sir, if I may, you know, a heavy topic because when you think about our ancestors in the conscious community or anyone who thinks that they know anything about us in slavery, the scriptures say to go back and ask those of old. I'm
Right.
paraphrasing. So if you were to go back then, 250 years ago, we weren't choosing to be with them. We were being raped by them.
Right.
But if you ask them, well, would you get with this white woman or this white man? They would all tell you hell no. They would all tell you it was the devil. So what happened from that point until now that we forgot that back then they would have never done it, and now we're doing it?
Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you absolutely right about that, man. We chose our own. When we got out of slavery, it was like, the hell with them. We gonna do our own thing. We finally free. Forget them. But then civil rights and Martin Luther King came, man. And guess what? They hated their own people.
Right.
You understand? We all know the story, and we all know the history of how that happened. People like Martin Luther King and them had the rich black people had money and thought that they should be with the white people.
Right.
They didn't want to go to the black business, the black owned businesses. They want to go to the white businesses. They wanted to be with them, man. You know why? Because they hated their own people, man.
Right.
You understand? So that falls right in line. But you're absolutely right, man. You understand? We can get back to Tobit.
Come on, time. Continue to cook and Tobit, sir. The sons of Salakia. That was verse 13.
Yeah, he was at he was at verse 12. You just read verse 12.
Salakia, sir.
So we should be at 13 now, unless there's some more on 12.
Yes, we'll start on 13. Salakia. Tobit 4 and 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Why did it say that? He just told Tobit to make sure he chiefly take a daughter of his own seed of his fathers, man, from Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then he went on to say, what? Read that again.
Come on. Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Love thy brother. He told him now. After he told him that, he said, now love thy brethren, man. You understand? When it say love thy brethren, it ain't just talking about brothers loving brothers, man. That's talking about sisters as well, man. That's talking about your people. You understand? That's talking about all your people. Go ahead.
Come on. And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Right. Go ahead. Now, why did he say that, man?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
What it's telling you here is that it's telling you not to hate your brethren. So he's telling you to love your own and to not hate your own. Because if you love another, you'll hate him.
You understand? That's absolutely right, man. Meaning that he's telling you, read it from the top again.
Come on, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Right. You know why he said that? Just what Officer Kasayas said, man. Because when you love your people, you'll choose your people, man. If you love your people, you love your brothers, you love your sisters, you're going to choose them. You know what I mean? You're going to prefer one another, man. You understand? But when you don't choose them and you choose someone else, you showing you despise your people, man. Nobody can tell me, oh, I love black people so much that I got a white woman.
Right.
What?
Right.
Oh, you love black people so much that you got a white man. Okay. That don't make sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't even love them enough to choose them, to have them as a preference, man.
Right.
You understand? You don't even have them as a preference. A lot of the times, people say, you hear people in the world say, what type of stuff? They'll say, well, love don't have no color, or, it just happens. You love who you love. Come on, man. Let's not act like that wasn't your preference.
Right.
You know what I mean? Before that happened, that was your preference because you preferred them. You understand? And that tells you a lot, man. That tells you a lot. The scriptures, I'm paraphrasing, says prefer one another, man. You understand? That's what happened. You had a preference for white people. You had a preference for Arab, Chinese, or whatever the hell you got a preference for. That's what you was looking for. And now you found it. It's, love don't know color. If it was a black person, it could have been, no, man. You understand? Let's not act a fool. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on, man.
Right.
That's what happens. When a black man gets with a white woman, he's thinking in his mind, this white woman is better than these black women. I don't want to deal with a loudmouth black woman mouth. You know what I mean? I don't want to listen to her. So I'm going to go get me a white woman. That's what goes on in their mind.
Right.
When a black woman gets with a white man, that's the same thing. I don't want no broke, good for nothing, deadbeat nigga. So they're gonna get a white man. I'm gonna get a white man. He'll treat me good and show me, what real love is or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, let's not act like that's what goes on in people's mind when they getting with other races, man. You know what I mean? It ain't no rinky dink luck of a draw. Oh, we just started talking and we hit it off. No, you wanted to get with them, man, because you despised your people, man. That's why Tobit is being told that by his father, man. Go ahead.
It's like, if I may, and I've discussed this before, but I am 100% proof that that's true, because although my reasoning for getting with the white woman was because I was beat by my mother, I had a hatred toward my mom.
Right.
So then, when white women stepped to me, I was like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, I looked at them and I started to hate black women.
Yes.
Every black woman I looked at, I thought about my mother, and I was like, I want a white woman. So
Right.
I wouldn't even look in the direction of a black girl.
Right. That's what it leads to, man. You understand? That's what it leads to. Nobody can't convince anybody otherwise. That's what it is, man. You understand? You showing that you hate your people. It's in the Bible, man. You understand? Read that from the top again.
Come on, the book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Right.
Son,
it says, love thy brother. You can see how you can. You understand? It says, love thy brethren, man. You understand? You got to love your people. Loving your people is choosing them. Loving your people is being with them. Loving your people is only wanting to be with them, man. Whether that's in a relationship, you know what I mean? Whether that's, you know what I mean, getting together, you know what I mean, hanging around, all that, man. You understand? That's why when you get some person that want to, you know what I mean, even just hang out with white people, be with white people, they get called, well, Uncle Tom, because those names is fit for them, man. You know what I mean? How you love black people, but you can't even be around them? You understand? You don't. What really shows is you don't love yourself and you don't love black people, man. You understand? That's why the scripture says to love your brother and despise not your brothers, man. You can't despise your people, man. And when you be with other nations, you are despising your people. You are hating your people. You understand? Keep going when you got it. Baba Kushar.
Continuing, Tobit chapter 4, verse 13. In thy heart, thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, in not taking a wife of them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Right, man. And that scripture explained it all, man. You understand? Read it one more time for me.
Come on, sir. The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people.
Right, the sons and daughters of thy people, man. It's telling you what it's talking about. Go ahead.
Come on, God. In not taking a wife of them.
And not taking a wife for them. That's how you despise them, man. When you don't take a wife for them, man. You understand? When you don't take a husband of them, that's how you despise them, man. You understand? You can't sit here and say, and we're gonna show you with another scripture of how this is how when you don't get with a black or Hispanic Native American woman, you or a black Hispanic Native American man, you are despising your people. We're gonna show you another scripture, man. This ain't the only scripture. But that's what it's saying. Not by not taking a wife for them. It's being specific, so there's no way around it. There's no if and buts and not about it. By not taking a wife of them, man. You understand? Ain't no way you could talk about Black Lives Matter and, you know what I mean, throwing your fist up for black power, but yet you going home to a white woman. You going home to a white man. No, the hell, it don't work like that, man.
Right.
If you are dating other races or you with other races like that, I don't even want to hear you say anything about Black Lives Matter. You don't give a damn. That's what the scriptures say, man. You don't even love them enough to be with them. You understand? You got the same stereotype as a so-called oppressor that the black woman is a loudmouth, you know what I mean, be. Nah, man. Why don't you correct her? Why don't you teach her? Why don't you work with her? Why don't you still choose her, man? That's our woman. We got to get ourselves right. We got to get us black people, Hispanic and American. We got to fix our own community, man. Nobody else going to do it for you. You can't think in your mind, well, the hell with this. I'm going to go try to join another community. You know what I mean? Keep going with that.
Come on, God. Verse 14. Let not the wages of
No,
any...
go from where it says for in pride.
Come on, God. For in pride is the destruction and much trouble.
Right, for in pride and in instruction is much trouble, because don't black, Hispanic, and Native Americans be so prideful when they get another race? It's like when you with a black person, Hispanic, or Native American person, when y'all dating each other, it's just normal. You know what I mean? Now, we got some cases where we enjoy black love. You know what I mean? Black is black. When I say black in this standpoint, black love is black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You understand? We got some cases where it's beautiful. We enjoy it, and that's great. I love to see that. But most of the time, it's just normal. You know what I mean? It's just normal. They'll probably say it's a toxic relationship or something like that. But when they get a black, or when they get a heathen, they just so prideful. They feel like they just hit the lottery. You know what I mean? And that pride becomes your destruction, man. Because you thought that it was just so great to be with another nation. That's where your destruction starts to come in. Keep going.
Come on, God. And in lewdness is decay and great want.
Right. Anybody know what the word lewdness means?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Lewdness, involving or being sexual conduct that is considered indecent or offensive.
Right. The scriptures is telling you that being with a heathen is lewdness, man. That is what? Read that definition again.
Involving or being sexual conduct that is considered indecent or offensive.
That is what lewdness is, man. That is what you're doing when you get with a woman that's not of your own people. You know what I mean? You're being indecent. You got like a sexual, you know what I mean? Sexual deviant. Damn near that. Like being with another nation goes along the lines of bestiality, man, of homosexuality. It goes along the lines of that, man. That's what it goes along the lines of. It's just like being a sexual deviant. You know what I mean? Something that's offensive. It's offensive, man. Just like Kasiyah brought up earlier. When black women see a black man with a white woman, they get offended by it, man. Because it is lewdness. They don't know. They don't understand it. They're not getting it fully of why that's happening. You know what I mean? Like you said, they have what's the word? I forget. I'm paraphrasing.
They have a zeal.
A zeal, but not according to knowledge. Right, man. Because it's offensive, man. It is offensive, man. It's showing you that you hate your own people, man. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, God. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Right. Lewdness is a mother of famine, man. It causes death, man. You know what I mean? It causes you to always keep wanting. You know what I mean? You always want because you can't get it. That's what it is when you're being with other nations, man. You understand? Is that it on that?
Come on, God, sir.
All right. What's the next verse saying? Okay, yeah, that's it on Toby. You could drop that. Give me Proverbs 23 and 22. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 23, verse 22.
Come on, God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 22. Hearken unto the Father.
Right, it says hearken unto the Father, man. You understand? Hearken to the Father. Toby, listen to his father. That's what we got to do, man. You know what I mean? I know a lot of us that's in the world, or even some of us in the school, probably say, "Well, my dad, my mom don't care if I get with a white woman." You know what I mean? Well, we understand that. Well, you need to listen to the Lord then, because that's all our fathers. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. Right now, what you're saying is so heavy because in the world, that's all I brought home was Edomite women. I never brought home an Israelite. So my mother would have issue with it. And of course, me thinking that I knew something, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it, there's nothing wrong with
Right.
it. Now being in the truth, and I let them know that I will never be with someone outside of my nation, now my mother's asking me about these Edomite women again, saying, well, as long as they're Christian. So at one point, you're telling me I was
Right.
wrong for that. Now when I'm telling you
Right.
the truth, Now they need to be Christian women. They can be white again.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
double-minded. It's destroyed.
Right, exactly, and that's what happens, man. You understand? And that's why we gotta fall on these scriptures, man. You understand? Meaning, like, if you got a family that's not cool with it, but then listen to the Lord. That's your father too. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. But like I said, it was one time where we had amongst every black person that don't be with those people, man. You know what I mean? I know specifically for me, my dad used to always tell me, you know what I mean, when I found out that I was an Israelite and I found out the truth and I joined the I.S.U.P.K and I started talking to my dad about it, he used to always tell me, well, damn, his dad, which is my granddad, would have loved me, because all he used to say was, the oppressor is the devil the Bible speak of.
Right.
That's what he used to always say that. I mean, they even told me one story. So like they even told me one story where my aunt, which was my dad's sister, you know what I mean? She had a friend, a friend, a white girl as a friend, you know what I mean? And they was playing, and she tried to bring her in the house. And at least they're talking about little girls. Like, I don't know the age, but you're talking about maybe like 8 to 14. You know, little girls playing. He tried to bring her in the house, and they said that they dad, which is my granddad, said, that devil can't come in here. You can stay outside with that, but that devil cannot come in my house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it was at one point, man. But we lost that. You understand? Martin Luther King and us just over the years lost that. You understand? But it was a time where we did have that understanding, and we should have listened to our fathers then, man. We should have listened to our mothers then, man, when they was doing that. Because they had our best interest. And that's why the scriptures say it, man. They know. You understand? Keep going. That's what Toby did. Toby listened to his father, man. We're going to get another story where you know what I mean, the Israelite man listened to their father and did what their father told you. You understand? And we're going to see and show you that if you don't and you do get with another nation, you despising your father, man. You despising your people. You hate them. You know what I mean? Let's cut to the chase. You hate them, man. You hate your people, man.
Right.
It is what it is. Right, go ahead. Keep going.
Come on, God. Continuing verse 22. And despise not thy mother when she is old.
Right, don't despise your mom when she old too, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. Verse 23. Buy the truth and sell it not.
Right, meaning that you gotta come and get this truth. You know what I mean? And don't give it away, man. That's what when they say buy the truth and sell it not, it's telling you to get the truth and don't give it away, man. Don't give this truth away. You gotta hold on to this truth.
Right.
You gotta keep this truth, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding.
Right, that's all you that's what you need. You need to strive to be wise, man. To be wise, to have instruction. This scriptures gives us instructions on what we need to do, man. And understanding. Keep going.
Come on, God. Verse 24. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice.
Right, that's what if you listen to your father, the father of the righteous, he's gonna rejoice the fact that you listen to him. He's gonna rejoice, man. You understand? Imagine Tobit's father. He rejoiced when Tobit did what he told him to do. He was like, yeah. That's a righteous son, man. You understand? That's what we should do, man. And like I said, if you got a family or parents that don't care about you getting with another nation, well, do what the Lord told you to do, because that's your father too. And let him rejoice because you got with a black, Hispanic, and Native American person, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. And he that beggeth a wise child shall have joy of him.
Right. He that begetteth,
Slack.
you know, and no sweat, you know what I mean? Meaning that they gave birth to a wise child, they going to rejoice, man. It's going to be joy. You understand? Let's be righteous and be with our people, man. That's not a hard task. You telling me that it's difficult for you to find a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman? You know what I mean? No, it's not, man. You know what I mean? Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman or men, you know what I mean? It's the best looking people, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't no black, Hispanic, and Native American woman gonna find a man that's better than a black, Hispanic, and Native American man.
Right.
You understand? We all know. You know what I'm saying? The black and Hispanic and Native American man is the best. Same thing, man. Ain't no black, Hispanic, and Native American man gonna find a better woman than our own woman, man.
Right.
They look the best. You know what I mean? It's like the Lord just made them automatically look the best, man. That's why you got other women trying to be like them. Other women trying to steal their style, steal the braids, and you know what I mean, get all that. You know what I mean, all the surgery to look like them, man.
Right.
You understand? It ain't no surgery for no heathen man to look like no black man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Keep going.
Come on. Verse 25. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice.
Right, go ahead.
Come on, verse 26. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my way.
That's the Lord, man. We gotta observe the Lord's ways, man. We gotta observe what the Lord wants, man. The Lord don't want us to be with these other nations, man. It's a lot of other things He don't want as well. But today's topic, the Lord don't want us to be with other nations, man. We gotta observe that. You understand? We gotta make sure we listen to that, like Tobit listened to. Go ahead. Yahweh Kathar, what's going on, warrior?
I ain't making up for all the one. You all the one.
Yeah, I'm too good to hear from you, man. Good to hear from you. You understand? But yeah, man. No sweat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gotta keep that in mind, man. We gotta do these things. We gotta make sure we follow in the Lord's ways, man. Being with our people, man. You understand? We gonna get you another. Just like how Tobit listened to his father, we gonna get another story in the scriptures that show us that when you don't be with your people, you hate your people, man. You understand? And how we should listen to our fathers. Give me Genesis. We can go to Genesis, man. We can go to the beginning. You know what I mean? We can go to Genesis. Give me Genesis 28 and 1. We're going to start at verse 1. 28 and 1. Let me pull it too. All right, you can go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 1. And Isaac called Jacob, and blessed him, and charged him, and said unto him.
All right, now listen to what he said to him. Look, after he blessed him, he took charge of him, he told him, this is the first thing he told him. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
Right, go ahead. Say that one more time.
Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
He told him to not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, man. You understand? That's what he told him. After he blessed him, he told him, hey, don't take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, man. Canaan is Africans, man. You understand? The Canaan is Africans, man. But this goes for any other nation. You know what I mean? They just was in the land of Canaan, so that's what was around them. But he's talking about any other nation, man. You can't take a wife from any nation. You understand? Not just Africans. You know what I'm saying? This is our culture, man. That is the law. And that's our culture. Keep going.
Verse 2. Arise, go to Pandanaram, to the house of Bethuel, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother.
Right. He told him to go to his family, man. Go to his people. Go to the same people of him and take a wife, man. Take one of Laban's daughters, which is his mom's brother. You understand? Now, you know what I mean? Because I can know some people might read this scripture and be like, "What? I'm not gonna go with my cousin." You know what I mean? Which I get it. You know what I mean? I understand that. But now we got so many Black, Hispanic, Native Americans all over on the earth, man. You know what I mean? You can't choose from them, man.
Right.
You understand what? Black people make up, 13, 14% America. Hispanics make up like 20-something. You got like 30-something% of America that you could choose from, man. You understand? So you don't got to necessarily do it like that. But the ideal, you know what I mean? The main point is to choose a woman or a man of the seed of your fathers, man. Get with your people. It's a reason why he told him that, man. You understand? And guess what Jacob did? He listened.
Right.
You understand? He went to Laban and married both of his daughters, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And the Most High Almighty bless thee, and make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a multitude of people.
Right. That's also how you keep our seed pure, man. You know what I mean? Don't mix the holy seed. You keep it pure. You know what I mean? You keep growing. You know, you inherit the land. You keep passing the land, and we grow. Once you start mixing, you start talking about inheritance being wiped away. parts of land being consumed by other nations, all types of things, man. You know what I mean? Really, the main of it is you start to worship their gods, and you get our Lord angry at us.
Right.
But even on another level, start talking about inheritance and all types of other stuff being wiped out when you start to be with other nations, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which the Most High gave unto Abraham.
Right, man. You got to give the blessing that you receive. Why wouldn't you give it to someone else, man? Why wouldn't you give it to someone else? Give it to your children. You understand? If you a man, why wouldn't you get an Israelite, a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman? So that way, you know what I mean, your child don't got to worry about no burdens or no problems or struggling. You know what I mean? You make it easier for them, man. Right. You understand? You don't mix your child and have them learning another culture because of their parents of that culture, man. All they know is the culture of their fathers, which is black, Hispanic, Native American, Israelite culture, man. You understand? And if you're a woman, definitely if you're a woman, you got the inheritance. You was born a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman. Why wouldn't you give your child, you know what I mean, that opportunity to be a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman by being with a man of that nation, man, rather than being with a heathen? And then now your child is a heathen. Right. And now you got to deal with a heathen child. You know what I mean? That's a burden on the child and you. You understand? Now you got to live with, well, can I come into the truth? Even though I know my child is going to go into slavery. Right. That's hard to deal with. I'm not going to lie. That's hard. I commend anyone who does it. You understand? But that's a hard thing to deal with. And that's the consequences of your choice more importantly. You know what I mean? That because of your choices, that's the consequences of them, man. That's the punishment the Lord put you through. Right. So you can learn not to do that again. Right. But just like the scriptures say, man, and get an inheritance to them of Abraham. We received it. You know what I mean? Why would we go and mess that up for our children? You understand? Go ahead.
It's a lot of it's heavy because with this, if we're looking at it now, every single time one of our athletes or musicians get a divorce from a heathen, she gets half. So a part of the money that he's made, a part of his inheritance that he could have given to his children, I mean, of course they will be her children as well, but that inheritance, that money's made, is gone back into the heathen community.
Right.
As soon as they get a divorce, say, I want half of it, there you go, you're taking half of it. All the money that Tiger Woods made, $500 million went to the Emite.
Right. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. You give your inheritance to another nation, man. Whereas that could have stayed in the black community, man. That could have stayed in our community. We could have built off of that. You understand? That even goes back to biblical time, man. Let's say if a father had nothing but a daughter. You know what I mean? He just only had a daughter. Didn't have no son. He only had a daughter. Now, biblically wise, what happens then? Like if a father have a daughter, right, and then the parents die off, that land goes to that daughter. Then what happens from there? Let me see if somebody online now. Go ahead.
I don't have the precept on it, but what happens after that? I believe that when she married, that inheritance goes to the son that she had with the Israelite man that she married.
Well, no. First, when she married, it will go to the man that she married. That'll be his land. You know what I mean? That'll be his land. So if she married a brother, then that'll be his land, and then it will go to the son. It will go to the children. That's how it works. You understand? But now she married a heathen. That land is gonna go to that heathen, man. Right. And now you just took land from black, Hispanic, and Native American people, man. You just took inheritance from black, Hispanic, and Native American people, man. Because now it's his. You understand? That's why you can't be with other nations, man. You can't hate your people, man. You gotta love your people. That's how much love it takes to, you know what I mean? Like, to be with your people. You gotta really love them, man. It can't be fake, you know what I mean? They say Black Lives Matter, you put up a black picture, you know what I mean? An all black picture showing, oh yeah, black people, yeah, black power. But yet you with other nations, man. Right. It don't work like that, man. I don't want to hear nobody that's with another nation, man or woman, talk about they love black people. You don't. You can't. You don't love them enough to be with them.
Right.
Get the hell out of here with that, man. You understand? You don't love them enough to be with them. How you love black people, you can't even be with them. You understand? It makes no sense, man. You understand? And that's why Isaac told Jacob this, man. He said, man, be with your people. You know, you got this blessing, now be with your people. You know, be fruitful, multiply with your people, man. You understand? He's showing you what we should be doing. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Come on. Verse 5. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padanaram unto Laban, son of Bethuel, this is the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 6. When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob.
Right, so when Esau saw, Jacob had went to it. Jacob, you understand? Isaac told Jacob, go to your people, man. Marry the daughters of your people, or your father. You know what I mean? Marry your people. Jacob did that, man, as a good son would. Just like we should do that, being a good son of the Lord. You know what I mean? If not our fathers, the Lord. And just like how when you have children, you damn sure should, want your children to marry their own people, man. You know what I mean? If I have a daughter, I will not approve of any marriage unless it's specifically, it really had to be a man in the truth, in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
But it definitely going to have to be, if anything, a black, Hispanic, and Native American man.
Right.
Same thing with my son.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come on.
But Esau saw this, so when Jacob did it, Esau saw this. He saw that Jacob got the blessing and what Jacob did, and you know what I mean? Esau was there. He's heard, him telling him to go to his people. Esau heard it, right? Go ahead.
When Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padanaram.
Right, he seen him, sent him away, told him, hey, go get a wife from this place. He's seen all that. Go ahead.
To take a wife from thence, and that as he blessed him, he gave him charge, saying, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
Right, Esau saw that whole account, man. He saw what Isaac did, blessed him, told him to go to Padanaram. You know what I mean? Not take a wife of Canaan and take a wife of there. You know, the daughter of Laban, the brother. You know what I mean? He's seen that. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother.
Right. He's seen that Jacob obeyed it, man, as a good son, man. As a righteous son. That they can take joy in, like we read in the last scripture. That's what we should strive to be. A righteous son that they can take joy in by getting a woman or a man of your people, man. Go ahead.
And was gone to Padanaram. Verse 8. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father.
Look at that, man. Look at that, man. Esau seen it. Esau was like, okay, well, since you don't like the daughters of Canaan, go ahead.
Verse 9. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife.
Right. He seen that it displeased his fathers, man. He seen that that his father didn't like that. You know what he did? He wanted to go do it. He said, the hell with my dad, man. I'm gonna go get a woman from another nation, man. And that's what you doing when you go get you a white woman. That's what you doing, man.
Right.
Like I said, if it ain't your father in your house, it's the Lord, man. You looking at the Lord like, the hell with dumb people. I don't give a damn about you. I don't give a damn about what you talking about. I'm gonna go get another woman. I hate my people, man. Esau hated his father, man. He hated his people. That's why he wanted to go get a woman from another nation. You understand? When you get a woman of another nation, you got that spirit of Esau on you, man. That's what you got. You got that spirit on you, man. To where you want to be with another nation. You understand? You don't want to be with your people, man. It's showing despise, man. It's showing despise. Read that again.
The book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 9. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives.
Now read from verse 8, Salakia.
Verse 8. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father.
Right. He seen that it pleased not, man. What was Esau doing to his father? He was despising him, man. He was despising his people, and he was despising his father, man. He said, you know what, the hell with that. And he wanted to go get a woman of Ishmael, man. He wanted to go get with another nation. Go ahead.
So this is kind of heavy. when and Esau seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father, so Esau was supposed to be going to get him a wife. Esau being the white man, and even then he was telling him he wasn't supposed to go and get with an African.
Right. You gotta think. Esau is Isaac's son.
Right.
So he would tell both his sons. He wouldn't say Jacob,
Right.
okay, you gotta be with your people, but Esau, I don't give a damn about you.
Right.
Remember, Isaac loved Esau more.
Right.
Isaac loved Esau more. If it wasn't for Rebecca, Esau would have. I won't say even Rebecca. I would say if it wasn't for the Lord,
Right.
Esau would have got the blessings. He loved Esau more.
So Salaki,
Go ahead.
he was telling, so he wanted Esau to go and get with his own white people.
Yeah. No, he wanted Esau to be. At that point, he wanted Esau to go. He would want Esau to go to Laban and get a daughter from Laban too. But then Esau became. But we know what the prophecy was. We know what the Lord said was there was two different nations.
Right.
So then that's when he ended up going to Edom and becoming Edomites
Right. Now
and having his own nation.
and so like I said, that's heavy. Because if you don't know this, you can get tripped up with that.
Right. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But at this point, he wanted him to be with Laban. That's why I said he seen that it didn't please his father, so he wanted to do. He said, "The hell with my dad, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? The hell with my people. The hell with these people. I'm gonna go do my own thing." And that's when he went and had his own nation, man.
Right.
And the seed came, and the blessings came down from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. That's why Jacob is so important,
Right.
because Esau was in there. You know what I mean? Even Isaac, Ishmael was in there. You see how he went to Ishmael?
Come on.
Because Ishmael was the son. Ishmael will be his what?
That would be his brother.
That'll be his uncle.
Well, uncle, kind of concept.
You know what I mean? Because Ishmael and Isaac is brothers.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So he seen that, man. He said, "Man, the hell with them." You know what I mean? You know, it don't say it in the scriptures, but you know how he was probably feeling like, the hell with my brother, he's an Israelite. You know what I mean? Ishmael was feeling the same thing. The hell with my younger brother. So they duped together. You know, they tried to come together and whatnot. You know what I mean? To come against us.
Right.
You understand? But yeah, it shows that they despise their people, man. They despise their family, man. You understand? And that's what you're doing when you go and get with another nation, man. You hate your people. You're showing that you despise your family, man. You despise the Lord. The Lord tell you that, look, you need to be with a black, Hispanic, Native American man or woman. You understand? But you say, nah, the hell with that, Lord. I need to be with a white woman. I need to be with a white man. I need to be with an Arab, a woman or a man. I need to be with a Chinese Arab, woman or man. You know what I mean? That's what you're telling. You hating your people, man. It's showing the hate of your people. No matter how much you put up Black Lives Matter and you march, you know what I mean? It don't mean that you love your people, man. You understand? We're going to even get into that later on, too. You can march all you want. You telling me that if I march for a Black Lives Matter movement, right, I love black people automatically? No, man. It requires action. But we're going to get into that later, too. Give me, this is my favorite story right here. This is one of my favorite stories right here. Give me Numbers 25:1. I was going to name my son after this brother, too. I was definitely going to name my son after him, but I decided to go with something else. But this was my first opinion. This was my first choice. You know what I mean? But we're going to go into this story. Give me Numbers 25:1.
Come on. The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1.
If I could, just to sidetrack 1 second, if I have another son, I may just name him this. It may just be, you know, I just don't got no choice, and I name him after this brother, after this prophet, man. You understand? But go ahead.
Come on, the book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. Verse 2. And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods.
Right. So in verse 1, we begin to commit whoredom. You understand? Meaning, remember when Tobit's father told him, beware of all whoredom?
Right.
You know what I mean? We started committing whoredom. Whoredom could be more than just being with a whore, man. Whoredom could be being with another nation, man. And that's what we started to do when we went to the daughters of Moab. We went to the Chinese. We was with the Chinese people, trying to be with the Chinese woman, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on, verse 2. And they called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods.
Right. And that's what happened. We started sacrificing to their gods, man. We started doing what they wanted us to do, man. You understand? And that's what normally happens when you get with another nation, man. When you get with another nation, you start to worship that nation. You forget all about your culture. You know why? Because your culture, you have a culture, you have a Bible that strictly tells you to not be with them. So if you're going to be with them, you got to eventually start to be like, well, the hell with my culture. And what do? You end up picking on theirs. Because their culture, they have none. Their culture is whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Whatever the hell. You understand? It's in them to be with their own people, but I don't know if they got any laws that tell them that they can't do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if the Quran says that only Arabs can be with Arabs. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if Buddha tells the Chinese people that they only can be with Chinese people. It probably don't, but maybe it do. I don't know. You know what I mean? So when you be with them, it's like, okay, well, I can worship Buddha. Buddha don't tell me that. I don't think Buddha tells me that I can't worship him being black. I don't think Allah tells you that if you black, Hispanic, or Native American, you can't worship him. But you know what? Our scriptures tell us, if you ain't black, Hispanic, Native American, the Lord don't give a damn about you, man. That's what our scriptures tell us. That's why when you normally being with another nation, it don't normally be that nation following what you follow. They can't. You God don't accept me. He said, I'm going into slavery. The hell with that. Whereas you get with their nation, and I don't know what the hell Buddha tell you, but I'm pretty sure Buddha don't say, black people, even though they believe it, Buddha don't tell you that black people going into slavery or something like that. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
So like, sir, if I may, when you're talking about Buddhism, it's a religion, but it's more so a thought process.
Right.
So they have thought processes that back up a thought process, which back up a thought process, but in that, they talk about a oneness of all people. So it doesn't say that, like, for example, we are a religion, but you can't be an Israelite because it's not your lineage.
Right.
But with Buddhism, it's a thought process, so anyone can come into that thought process.
Right, you know what I mean? Anybody can worship Allah, you know what I mean? Anybody could be a Christian, you know what I mean? So you're absolutely right about that. But with an Israelite, no, not anyone can be an Israelite.
Right.
You understand? So that's why they not going to come to your culture. They not. You understand? And that's what happens. What happens more than likely is you go to their culture. You start to be in what they deal with. You start to do the hoardings will do. You start to sacrifice to their gods, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on, God. Verse 3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal-peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
Right. So we end up joining ourselves to the Moabs, man, to the Chinese, and serving their gods. And the Lord got angry with us. Go ahead.
Come on, God. Verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
Look at that, man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be with other nations. You know what I mean? We wanted to be with the Chinese. We wanted to be with the white woman. The Lord, that makes the Lord angry, man. Because what the Lord knows that you hate your people, man. That's what the Lord knows. The Lord knows that you don't love your own people, man. If it ain't one thing that the Lord hates the most, it's us hating each other, man. Right. It's in the commandments. The first commandment is love the Lord, thy God, with all your heart, your soul, man. To love the Lord. What's the second one? To love thy brethren as thyself, man.
Right.
And the second is like unto the first, man. The Lord hate when black, Hispanic, Native Americans don't love each other, man. So yes, it kindles the Lord. It kindles the anger in the Lord when you get with another nation. Because he hates his people, man. You understand? And the Lord told him, man, those that's doing that, hang them up in the sun. Kill them. You understand? That's how the Lord look at you when you be with another nation, man. He look at you like, just kill this nigga, man. You know what I mean? That shows you how wrong it is to be with another nation, man. Because you hate your people. That's the brick of it. That's the point of it. You hate your people, man. Go ahead.
Oh, Counselor, thinking about this, can we use as a part of this to prove this, where the scripture says, gather yourselves together?
You definitely can use that.
Because if you aren't, how can you gather yourselves together if you are with another nation?
You can't.
Right.
You understand? That's absolutely a great point that you brought out, man. Because the scriptures do tell us to gather ourselves together, man. I could have threw that. I could have threw that in this, in these precepts that I got for today's class. You understand? You can't gather yourself together with another nation.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't. You can't. You understand? You absolutely could use that. You know what I mean? But we gonna keep with this story. Keep going. Where you was at? Where's what 5?
Come on, sir. And Moses said unto the. Okay,
Or was it verse 4?
5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor.
Right. Told them to kill him, man. All the ones that wanted to be joined with the other guys and be with these other women, man, kill them, man. You know what I mean? Look, you can look at it like this. Anybody who want to be joined with white women and Arab women, and man, kill them, man.
Right.
Or you want to be joined with white men, Arab men, Chinese men, kill them, man. Kill them. You know what I mean? I'd rather deal with the people that want to be with their people, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses.
Right. And then as all this was going on, you know what I mean, people was getting killed for dealing with these women, man. You understand? The Lord was angry with them, man. The Lord would put a plague on them and started killing them. And told them, okay, if you want to relift this plague, you want to take this plague off of y'all, you got to kill the people who did that, man. And in the midst of all this, here come this brother on his horse. You know what I mean? Come his brother into the people, to the children of Israel, with this heathen woman, man. He came in the middle of all this. He come with his heathen woman. You understand? Go ahead.
And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right. Everybody weeping and crying because of all the plagues that's going on. You know what I mean? And the Lord telling them that he angry, man. That's why he doing the plagues against us. You know what I mean? Take those people and kill those people that was doing it. You understand? In the midst of this brother comes with a heathen woman. You know what I mean? You know how brothers be when they get their heathen woman. We read it before. They so prideful, man. Look at my woman. Yeah, she exotic. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, she different. You know what I mean? They just think that they got a prize. Like, especially with black people, they love using that word exotic. You know what I mean? No, you got a dog. Like, what you mean exotic? Oh, because she from China, she's exotic? I mean, because she comes from Pakistan, she's exotic? Like, what? Pakistan's a hellhole.
Right.
How the hell are you exotic? You know what I mean? But no, you know how black people do, man. They swear they got something exotic and something great when they get with another nation. You know what I mean? And even when they say that, guess what that means? Guess what they're doing in the midst of them saying, oh, I got this Arab woman, she's exotic. Or I got this Chinese woman, oh yeah, I'm with an exotic broad. You know what I mean? Guess what they're saying when they say that? Go ahead. No, I want somebody online. What is somebody saying that when a brother or a sister get a man from, you know what I mean, another nation, they say, I got an exotic man, or, you know what I mean? What is they saying? What is they really saying? Go ahead. Oh, I think it was Azaryala.
Come, sir.
Y'all about to
The water surf on me. It's like saying they got a Ferrari or something like a Bugatti, you know. If I may, English cicadas is out right now. The news cats is saying it's about 17,000 of them. And he say you want to have an exotic meal, you cook you up some cicadas and some hot sauce. Some gnocchi.
Right, you know what I mean? You're absolutely right about that. But yeah, they saying they got like a Ferrari or Bugatti, but I'm looking for more. You're right. You know what I mean? When they got the exotic, you know, you related to cars. You know, I got an Arab woman, and she a Ferrari. You know what I mean? She a Lamborghini. She, you know, Bugatti. But what is that also saying? Go ahead.
Like it, they're saying that they're putting another nation before their nation, like saying that they're better than their own nation.
Right, that's what they're saying. They saying in Azaria Island, in Chuba Azaria Island terms, they saying that they Arab or they, you know, white woman or they, you know, Chinese woman is exotic. They the Ferrari and the Lambo. And they saying the black woman the Ford, man. The black woman the Camry. You know what I mean? That's what they saying, man. They make it seem as if our people is lower than them. I got something exotic. I got something great. You know what I mean? They telling you that black woman, black men ain't shit, man. You know what I mean? Excuse me my language, but that's what they saying. Go ahead.
What you bringing out is so heavy and hip-hop, right? You know what I'm saying? For a black man or a black woman saying they want something exotic, you know what I'm saying? They really slap a face to your mama and your daddy and to all the other people that's in your family because you basically saying they ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
And that's exactly what this topic is on. You know what I mean? That's why the scripture told you it probably. What you said is absolutely right, brother. Because that's what Proverbs told you. Listen to your father and your mother because that's what you're saying. You're saying, you know what? The family line that I came from is not good enough.
Right.
I don't need somebody from this same family. I don't need another black, Hispanic, Native American person to say me. I need something exotic. I need something different. You know what I mean? Yes, man. You telling you that you hating your people, man. That's what it gets down to. You don't want your people. You hate them. You rather get something better. In your mind, you think that they better. You know what I mean? Y'all absolutely right, man. You know what I mean? I like Trooper Azariala terms. You know what I mean? They think they got the Ferrari, so that they think that the black woman is the Toyota Camry, man, the Honda. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, man. You showing that you hate your people, man. And you love other nations. You love other people more. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm going to always say this. I said this a couple of times already. You can't love black people if you can't be with them.
Right.
If you can't wake up every day next to a black, Hispanic, Native American person, how the hell do you love them? How the hell do you love them? No, you don't. You understand? You don't love them, man. Because you prefer that person over them. You understand? Give me back to the story where we was at. So the brother comes in with his heathen woman, while everybody weeping and crying because we just got punished for being with these people, for dealing with other nations, man. And his brother comes in with his heathen woman into the congregation with everybody weeping and crying. Like, he don't know what the hell going on. He's just oblivious. Like, I got my exotic thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come on, God. Back to the book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 7. And when Phineas...
Right, Phineas. That was what I was going to name my son after, man. Go ahead.
Come on, God. The son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it. He rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
Right, he's seen this, man. He's seen everybody crying. We going through all this destruction. The Lord is angry at us. You know what I mean? We trying to repent for what we did and you know what I mean, and appease our God, man. Be like, man, we sorry. Apologize, man. And here he come doing the same thing that got us in trouble, man. You know what I mean? This brother Phineas, he's seen the javelin, man. He picked the javelin up. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 8. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through. Thrust both of them through the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Right, man. He took this javelin and he killed that brother, man. He said, man, you know what I mean? And he killed the woman too, man. He killed both of them, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's the type of spirit that we have to have.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying, go kill a brother that's still with another woman. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But we got to know that, like, that is a taboo, man. We shouldn't be doing that, man. You understand? We should be dealing with our own people, man. We should be damn near like scared of the Lord, which you should be if we deal with another nation. Like, the Lord will kill you, man. Go ahead.
The point you're bringing out is so heavy. It makes me think about something you said earlier about, you know what I'm saying, put your seed in a heathen nation or allowing a heathen nation to put a seed in the daughters of Israel. You know what I'm saying? If a black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, can actually put his seed in another race, you know, he hated himself because he hated himself and he hated seed. You know, because he's putting his seed through unnecessary trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? Because we know growing up in America, you know what I'm saying, the mixed kids get teased more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're doing to your child. You put your child through unnecessary torment based on your own self-blood.
Right, yeah, and you're right. We do know that, man. You know, when we know that, you know what I mean, there's a stigma on, like specifically what the light skin, dark skin came from. Now it's wrong, right? But what it specifically came from was slavery, where you had, that's what they would call them, quote unquote. Now I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just telling you with the history of it, where they had the house thinger. You know what I mean? It was a black a mixed seed. You know what I mean? It was like the white man, not saying, and it wasn't even willingly. You know what I mean? The white man will rape a sister. You know what I mean? And have a child, and then he'll be light skinned. So he's not really. Since he's mixed, the white people don't really accept him like that, but they put him in the house. You know what I mean? And that's where you get that fuel from, just mixing the seed, man. So you're absolutely right, man. They got to deal with that. Go ahead.
Would that be a mamzer?
Would that be a mamzer?
Mixed kids,
Right. I mean, biblically, yeah, but it's more on that. You have to get more of a thorough breakdown on that. But you are correct. Or wait, I think a mamzer is like a bastard. No, okay, you're wrong. Right, Salaki. I'm glad I thought about that. I gotta understand, but I think a mamzer is more be like a bastard. So a mamzer wouldn't necessarily be a mixed child. It'll be like a bastard, which is like a father that disowned their child. You know what I mean? Like a father that, a father might have a child that comes to be a homosexual. And he'd be like, what the hell with that child? And you know what I mean? That ain't my son. You know what I mean? That would be more so along the lines of being a mamzer. All right, no sweat. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. All right, but right.
Sir, if I may.
Oh, go ahead.
Kind of a concert for water, if I may. A lot of these folks be saying they support black businesses and all that. They would invest their money, they would buy bread from a black business, but they don't support black marriage, which makes no sense. How you gonna buy bread from a black business? You can't even put no bread in your black oven, Sriracha.
Right, exactly, man. That makes perfect sense. Exactly, man. It all deals with knowing that you can't love your people if you can't even be with them, man. You know what I mean? Even going back to the brother that said you put him through an unnecessary trial, like I said earlier, not only are you putting them through, being possibly made fun of, or, all types of nonsense like that, you also put them through just simply, if they wanted to come to the truth, if your father is white and your mom is black, you're not Israelite, you can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if your mom is white and your dad is black, like we said earlier, you got to deal with damn near hating the whole half side of your family, man. You know what I mean? That's not going. Some brothers can do it. Not everybody can do that, man. You know what I mean? Everybody, you gotta really love the Lord to just be like, man, the hell, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, y'all going into slavery. I agree. Yeah, mom, you and your family. You know what I mean? Now, of course, you're still gonna love your mom. I'm not telling you know what I mean. You know what the scripture's saying, but in your mind. Your mom and that side of the family is going to slavery, man. You putting them through unnecessary burdens, man, that you didn't have to do. All because, like you said, you hated your people, man. You hated yourself. You understand? We go back to the story. Phineas took the javelin, man, and drove it through the brother and the heathen woman that he brought into the congregation, man. And it said, why did he do it? Read that last part.
So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Right, so we wouldn't be plagued no more, man. The Lord seen that, and he took the plague up. He said, all right, yep, y'all good, yeah. That appeased the Lord, man. You know why? It was the fact that we knew we shouldn't be doing this, man. We knew that this is against the Lord, man. No sweat. We knew that this is against the Lord, man. You know what I mean? Being with another nation, dealing with another nation. You understand? That's how we gotta have. Like I said, I'm not saying, go, kill a brother that's dealing with another woman. But we gotta have that spirit of knowing that, like, if we deal with another woman, the Lord is gonna be angry with us, man. The Lord is gonna punish us. And we gotta love our people that we don't want that, man. We gotta fear the Lord, man, which is to love our own people, man. You understand? You have to. That shows that you love your people when you want to be with them. When you be with another one, you're showing that you hate your people, man. You're showing that pride. You understand? You're showing what's going to end up being your fourth becoming. It's going to be end up being the reason of why you be destroyed, man. You understand? Because you're going to start serving their other gods. You're going to start being in their culture. You're going to start, celebrating what they celebrate, man. Doing what they doing. That's what we did here. You understand? When we started being with the Moabite woman, it's not like we got with the Moabite woman and was still serving the Lord. No, we got with the Moabite woman and started serving Moab's God, man. We started serving another God that's not ours, man. And that's what's always going to happen when you deal with another nation, man. You're never going to find a situation where you with another nation and you can serve your Lord. You know what I mean? It just don't happen like that. We end up becoming the nation that ends up being consumed, man. You understand? So, see that on that? Let me see. Yeah, somebody online pick up from that. Read me verse 9, Baba Kushah, real quick. Just anybody online. Anybody.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25 and verse 9. And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
Right, 24,000 people died in the plague, man, because they wanted to be because we wanted to be with another nation and deal with another nation. That plague that the Lord put on us killed 24,000 people, man. You understand? You dealing with another nation and worshiping and serving another nation can end to brothers and sisters dying, man. But you love black people. What you're doing is the reason why we're in the condition that we're in, man. One of the main reasons why we're being destroyed, man. You understand? Really, it's the main reason because you start to worship their gods, which leads you into smoking weed and doing all the other hell things. You know what I mean? Because we want to mix with other people, man. You understand? That causes people to die, but yet you love black people. You think that they love black people dealing with those Moab women and it caused brothers and sisters to die? No, they didn't, man. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 11. Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Right, meaning that act that Phinehas did, man, and killed the brother and the sister, not the sister, the brother and that heathen woman that he brought in, it showed the Lord that he was zealous, man. They had a zeal for the Lord, man. That it angered, like, the Lord was angry with us dealing with those women. He had that same anger the Lord had. That's what caused him to do it. He was just like, because the Lord was already killing us, man. The Lord sending the plague on us was killing us for it. That same anger just in Phoenix, he was like, I love my people so much and we dying from this. He did it, man. And the Lord seen that and was like, this brother got a zeal for me. Like, you know what I mean? And that stayed away the plague from us. That's why the Lord brought the plague up from us, man. Because of that. That's how we gotta be. We gotta have that zeal on us. To want to do what the Lord want to do, man. That zeal to not be with another nation, to be with our people, man. That gotta anger you like it angered Phinehas, man. When you see that, it gotta anger you. You know what I mean? You gotta look at that like, and that's where the anger comes from. Where the sisters see a black man with them, but they don't know this. You know what I mean? But that's how I gotta be for you, man. You understand? We're gonna drop that. Give me. What time we got? Ooh, damn. We got a little bit more time. Give me Matthew 6 and 24. We're gonna go to Matthew 6 and 24.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24.
Right.
No man can serve two masters.
Right. You can't serve two masters, man. You know what I mean? Meaning you can't be with another nation and think that you're gonna serve the Lord. It's not gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I forget the precept. There's a precept in here. I think it's in Ezra or Edris. It's a precept, but even Solomon, which is the greatest king, man. Solomon, which is the greatest king, man. You know, the most wisest king that we had, failed to dealing with women of another nation. What the hell makes you think that you're going to deal with a woman of another nation and be greater than him? You understand? It's a precept in there. I forget the precept. You know what I mean? If you know it, just, you really don't got to say it. It ain't really that serious. I'm just paraphrasing. But even Solomon, you understand? One of the wisest king, you understand, that we had, dealt with a woman of a strange woman, a woman of another nation, and fell from them. So who the hell think you in 2021 think that you're going to deal with another woman of another nation and serve the Lord?
Right.
No, man. You understand? It don't happen like that. You can't serve two men. You can't be with them and then you're going to serve the Lord. No, you got to be with your people, man. You can't serve two masters, man. You understand? Go ahead. It's going to tell you why.
Come on, God. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Right, meaning that if you get with that white woman or that heathen woman, you're going to love them, man. And what you're going to do, you're going to hate your people, man. You understand? That's what's going to happen. You're going to get with them and you're going to hate your people, man. You can't serve two masters. This is in the scriptures, man. When you get with another nation, you despise, you hate your people, man. You do. You understand? We're going to drop that. We're going to move along. We coming close to 9 o'clock. Got a couple more scriptures I want to go over. Give me the Isaiah 30 and 12, Baba Kushah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word.
Right, because we despise the Lord. When you get with another nation, you despise the word of the Lord. The Lord told us, we didn't go into the law on this. Now, we know what's a law, what the law tell us to not deal with another nation, man. I went to the brotherhood side of this, because this is brotherhood and sisterhood as well, this law, man. You understand? But the Lord told us that it was a law that we couldn't be with another nation, man. And we despised it, you understand? Like we despise all his other laws that he gave us. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on, God. In trust, in oppression,
right,
and perversion.
And that's what you do, man. When you get with another nation, guess what you do? You trust in oppression. Ask Martin Luther King, man. That's why we got where we at now. Ask civil rights. That's why we're at where we at now, man. They wanted to be oppressed, man. And when we do it, we want to continue to be oppressed. Because guess what? How do you relieve ourselves out of this oppression? Coming back to the Lord.
Right.
Gathering together, O nation not desire, Zephaniah 2 and 1, getting with your people, man. Serving your God. That's how you get out of oppression. But you want to marry him? Guess what? You trust in oppression, man. That's what you're doing, man. You love it. You want the white man to rule over you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come on, God. And perverseness. And stay thereon.
Right, exactly, man. We got to get from this, man. We got to stop trusting in oppression. We got to turn from that, man. We got to love each other. We got to be with each other, man. We all we got. You know what I mean? We all we got, man. You understand? That heathen don't love you, man. They might got a sexual demon on you that makes them want a black man. That's it. You know what I mean? Or you got some money. Got money, so they'll be with you. Or you black and they just, like black people because of the sexual stereotype on black people, man. That's it. Or you worship them. You know what I mean? But it ain't no prize to them. You know what I mean? It's not looked at as, as it is in the black community, unfortunately. But a white woman walking around a black man, in the white community, they're not looking at her with that black man like, oh, you got a prize. They're looking at her like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? But in the black community, we walk around with another nation and just looking at like you got a prize.
Right.
And you got something exotic, man. You understand? No, you don't got no exotic, man. You got a beat down 1930 car, Flintstone car, man. That's what you got, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's looked at as, man. You got to stop looking at being with these other people as something great. That should be looked at as something that's just disgusting, just despicable. You know what I mean? Like, damn, why you hate your people? You know what I mean? Drop that. Give me, I'm going to skip that one. Just give me, we're going to close it up with these last two scriptures. Give me 1 John 3 and 18. I'm going to go to 1 John 3 and 18, man. We're going to go into love, man.
It's like it, bro.
Hey, what's going on, warrior? Shalom, Yosef, what's going on, man? Good to hear from you.
Hey, most of them crazy, man. Hey, it's like if I could add one right there when you what you were saying, right? We look at them as a prize, right?
Right.
Israelites too, you know what I mean? Like, the reason why I say that, because, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, although they are looked down in the community, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, when they be saying to that nigga, they're like, look, I got a price, I got a trained nigga, you know what I mean? Like, he loves me like that, she loves me like, you know what I'm saying, like, they really, you know what I mean, do anything for me like this is a trained nigga. I'm trying to tell y'all, yes, this nigga loves me, he's trained, you know what I'm saying? It's like this, man.
Right, you absolutely right about that. Now, I wouldn't use the word prize, but you absolutely right about that. You know what I mean? Because you got to look at it as like even like black women who get a simp. Okay, I don't want to use that word, right? You know, you got black women who get a Christian man. You know what I mean? A man that just bows down and does whatever they say. You know what I mean? That woman don't look at him as a prize. That woman looked at him as like a wrapped around their finger. You know, little dog, a little pet. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily a prize. Yeah, they winning in some type of context. They might be winning because they, you know what I mean, you do whatever the hell they tell them to do. But it's more like a pet, man. That's how you look. That's how you looked at. You know what I mean? You're right. Like you said, like the words that you just used. Train. Look at this trained nigga, man. Look at this trained pet, man. You know what I mean? I say bark, the dog bark. I tell the dog sit, the dog sit, man. That's how they look at you. It ain't no prize, you know what I mean? But you absolutely right. You know what I mean? You train, man. That's how they look at it, man. You a trained pet, man. You a little puppy, man. You know what I mean? But you absolutely right about that. Go ahead.
Would it be like them having a notch under their belt, like these white devils kill us in the street? That's like a notch under their belt. So if these white devils get a Israelite, then it's like another notch under their belt.
Right, you know what I mean? They did. It's just like, you know what I mean? Look, I can control them. You know what I mean? Look, I got them. I can train them. You know what I mean? That's exactly how they look at it, man. That's absolutely right, man. They don't look at you as if you something great. You know what I mean? They look at you as if you worship them. You know what I mean? You made them feel good. You know what I mean? When they was with a white man don't give a damn. You know what I mean? He on top. You know what I mean? You know how the white man do. You know what I'm saying? But when they get with a black woman and black man, it's like you worship them, man. You know, you do whatever the hell they tell you to do. They can't get that out of a so-called white man. They can't get that out of them because the white man know his value. He knows a woman should be under him, but we don't. So we put the white woman above us. You know what I mean? So y'all right about that. Give me you have 1 John 3:18.
Come on, concept. You look at 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Now, why I bring the scripture out? Because you can't love in tongue, man. You know what I mean? Loving in tongue is Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Putting up a picture. Oh, this is the blackout day. I'm gonna put my profile picture as all black screen.
Right.
I'm gonna go march. You know what I mean? That's loving in tongue, man. You can't do that. You don't love black people because you do that. So you telling me that you telling me that if Dylan Roof put up a black picture and marched and was just like, you know, I apologize, he love black people now? You know what I mean? You can't love black people by doing that, man. That's not loving black people. I would think that it should be more than that to show that you love black people, man. If that's all it takes to love black people, then no wonder why we ain't got no anti-black hate crime bill.
Right.
All I gotta do is just put a black picture up. Then hey, man, you know I'm with y'all. I don't need to make a bill, but I put that picture up. You know what I mean? I love black people. That's all it takes. Then no wonder we don't got no damn bill, man. You understand? Go ahead.
I'm a current. Want us to know if we can use Luke 16 and 9 as precept to, you know, masters and, you know, you can't choosing your master.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect precept. That's a perfect precept that you use for it. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? If that's all it takes, putting a black picture up or, you know what I mean, putting the black fists up or marching, if that's all it takes, man, no wonder we in these conditions, man. Because we settle for so less, man. You know what I mean? We settle for so less. We think that white people love us now because they marched. You see how many white people was out there marching? They all marched. We was all down there. They look, man, come on, man. It got to take more than that. At least the Asians know that. That's why they got a bill passed. The Asians knew that.
Right.
They said the hell with marching. They didn't give a damn. They didn't even. They protest, but they didn't protest like black people did. And Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't. They just got a bill passed, man, because they understand. But we don't, man. You know what I mean? We don't. It takes more than the love in tongue. You gotta love it in deed and in truth, meaning what you do. You gotta love by marrying a black woman, man. You gotta love by marrying a black man. You understand? Hispanic, Native American. That's how you show it in deed and in truth. We know what the truth say. You know what I mean? 1 second. We know what the truth say, man. The truth say that's a law. We know what the truth say, man. That's how you gotta love, man. To hell with that, I love black people just because. No, man, you gotta show it, man. You love black woman, be with a black woman. Hispanic, Native American. You love black men, be with a black man, Hispanic and Native American man. You understand? And not only be with them forever. You know what I mean? Don't get mad and divorce them, put them on child support, man. Don't do none of that nonsense. But it start with being with them. It start with choosing them, preferring them, man. You understand? Someone's going to say something?
Common concept, the water thought me. Real heavy points bringing out. That reminds me of what General Haas said the other day on Let a Hebrew Speak. There was this Edomite, this devil woman, talking about, not only that she was saying, she has relations with her dog, but she brings a video talking about she got 10 reasons why you should do it too. You know what I mean? It's like, as you were saying, along with Captain Akkad, was saying that, it don't matter who licks her as long as she gets a pleasure.
Right.
So it don't matter, you don't care about us because, we black. Just cares about us because we put it down. It don't matter if you're a dog or if you're a cow. You just want that pleasure.
Right, exactly. I mean, nine times out of 10, you know what I mean, when a heathen gets what a black person is due to, like I said, sexual stereotypes. They don't give a damn about, they don't look at you as if you just something great. No, it's just a sexual stereotype, man. That's it. You know what I mean? It's some type of sexual demon that they got, and so now they want you to fulfill that lust, man. But it ain't got nothing to do with you thinking that, I'm better than, the other niggas, so I'm better. No, man. You know what I mean? It ain't that. You think it is. Like, a lot of times, black men specifically, we get big-headed because we think that, white girls like us. You know what I mean? You go out and you talk to a lot of white girls and you get them and you can, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We think that that's like a knock off us, like, yeah, she don't like white dudes, she like me. You know what I mean? No, you're not looked at as no prize, man. You're not. It's a sexual preference, and that's what it ends. That's where it ends.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where it ends. And you're not better than them. Not to her, at least. To the Lord, to us, we are. But to her community, no, you're not. You know what I mean? They actually are looked down upon for doing that. You understand? But you're absolutely right about that, man. They'll let a dog do it. You know what I mean? You think that you big baller and you better than them because you can get a white woman, but meanwhile she'll let her dog lick her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Give me Romans 13:10 and we're gonna wrap it up. You know what I mean? We understand that we gotta love in deed and in truth, man. You can't love with your tongue, man. You can't love with what you say. It's about what you do, man. You can say you love black people all you want, but it goes on what you do. You know what I mean? If you love black people, be with a black person, man. Work on having a healthy relationship with them. You know what I mean? Strengthen the black community, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead, read that.
The book of Romans. The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Right, you can't say you love black people, but then you got an ill towards your neighbor. You got an ill towards black people because you with another nation, man. You love them, it don't work no ill towards your neighbor, man. Go ahead.
Oh God. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Right, man. Love is the fulfilling of the law, man. You can't love black people when you're going against the law, man. You know what I mean? I'll bring the law out in part of this, man, because it goes into it.
Right.
You can't love black, Hispanic, and Native Americans if you can't be with one because you're going against the law. But we know love is what? Fulfilling the law, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Loving black, Hispanic, Native Americans is fulfilling that law, which tell you can only be with black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. You can only be with your people, man.
Right.
That's loving your people, man. You understand? If you not with a black Hispanic neighborhood, you do interracial marriage, you hate your people, man.
Right.
You understand? And I done proved to you biblically of how you hate your people and you despise them, man. You understand? With that, anybody got any questions or comments before I go ahead and pass the class off?
Slight, sir.
No sweat, go ahead.
Excellent class, sir.
No sweat, most high in Christ. Anybody else? Any questions or comments?
Like you, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
I don't know for a while, sir. Just want to say, to our class, did have a question. I think I missed the verse. I don't know if it was Phineas or Eleazar. Which name did you want to choose? And if I may, which name did you decide on going? Salaki.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it was my son, so, I mean, I wanted to choose Phineas, because that was the brother that took the javelin and, you know what I mean, had the zeal on the Lord for him and did what he had did because of the zeal of the Lord was on him. So I wanted to choose Phineas. I forgot the Hebrew breakdown. I knew it and everything. I knew what it meant and everything, but I forgot, and I got to look it up. But I ended up going with, you know, Ricard Moth, which is, you know, pretty much like my name, like a junior. You know what I mean? That's what I ended up going out with. But like I said, if I have another son, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to name him Phineas. I'm about 90% sure that that's going to be his name. You know what I mean?
Sir, hey.
Go ahead.
What's Phineas in Hebrew?
Yeah, I told you I forgot it, man. I got to remember it. I'll probably, next time I see you, I'll probably tell you, I'll shoot you a text. But I forgot it. I knew it and everything, and I knew what it meant and everything. But since I didn't go with it, I kind of just forgot about it. But you know what I mean? I had all that information, but like I said, I'll probably name my next son that. I'm about 95% sure. You know what I mean? There ain't no sweat. Anybody else got any questions? All right, no sweat. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pass the class off to Officer Kasiyad.
Shalom, Israel. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3, 8 to 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, Maishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation will be the Feast of First Fruits. That's June 21st. For any Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board to make sure that you find out, the information that you need. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Amijim, which means to stand. Amijim Shabbat. Amijim. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah, which means in English, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. There's no sisters in the class, so that means class will be dismissed. Yazmatah, hands down.